When I was a kid, I never saw the water. Once or twice a summer, my parents would take us to a beach out here, and we'd go swimming. But no, I was not raised on the water. But I'll tell you something. I know that sometime if I had a previous life, I was around water. I know that, and around ships. Because right from the get-go, when I was a kid, I would draw pictures in intricate detail of these ships. And it was right in my blood. I know it's right in my blood. So I have no idea whether you have previous lives, but for some reason I'm drawn to ships and maritime history. I ended up going to Mauritius from 2002 to 2008. And while I was in Mauritius, I stumbled across sort of a guild of people that were building model ships. And I had a fairly large office with very little furniture in it, and I thought, to fill it up, I'll commission a couple of model ships to be built. So I chose a couple of Canadian ships and sort of oversaw the construction of these models. And I found that, there was a constant stream of traders and drug smugglers and money launderers through my office, being brought up in the carpet. And nobody wanted to talk to me, but they loved these boats. Everybody was just attracted to these boats. I started really getting into this, and I thought, I'm going to be here for a few years. I'll just have a private collection built. When I started reading the maritime histories, as a kid and while I was overseas, I was reading a lot of history, a lot of books on maritime history, particularly Canadian maritime history and, shipping on the Great Lakes, etc. I realized that there was a huge amount of history here that most people didn't realize and was not being taught in school, and most of the museums really don't cover this. So you start reading the histories of these boats and you say, man, people's got to be interested in this. And eventually we would like to see school groups come and get the kids interested in maritime history. I think it's really important. I don't think there's enough of this going on, frankly. This is sort of a hobby out of control here.